paint and sprayed out the shooter. A lot on UCLA's defense tonight to stay attached to shooters, but also keep Cal Poly out of the paint.
One of those sharpshooters, perhaps the sharpest, picks up right where he left off. Sky Clark.
He's going to threaten the single-season percentage, three-point percentage all time here at UCLA if he stays on this pace. One thing to watch too, JB, is UCLA on offense. Cal Poly switches everything, 1 through 5. See how UCLA attacks that. Do they try and go inside when they get mismatches? Cal Poly will double the post on those mismatches.
Peter Bondel, Cal Poly's leading returning scorer from last season, finds Caden Ward, who threads his first.
Well, it's simple that time. And Bandel didn't even really get all the way into the paint, just a simple drive and kick. And we're going to see a lot of that tonight. UCLA's got to be ready to guard because Cal Poly strikes me as one of those teams, JB, where if they make a few early, it's going to be a 40-minute game the more they get confident.
Can they handle Bilodeau as they double from the baseline and get a turnover?
Everybody doubles from different places. Some people double from the nail, from the top, from the passer. Cal Poly, as you said it, doubles from behind on the baseline.
Ali Osron off the mark and a rebound from Xavier Booker. Nick said he tweaked his ankle in practice going into the ASU game by way of explanation for his limited minutes and impact the other night.
I think Booker's one of those guys, too, depending upon who they're playing, if he's needed, his size and length and rebounding.
Bilodeau knocks it down.
It's the season has gone on, and it's not, but they're both seniors. But Clark and Bilodeau, I mean, there is no hesitation. They are shooting it with supreme confidence here 11 games into the year.
14 made against the Sun Devils. Tied for the most the Bruins have made from behind the arc in the Cronin era. And a foul on the floor. Jeffrey Anderson leads our crew. Jason Phillips, Nate Harris with us as well. Tuesday was Mick Cronin's 146th win at UCLA, moving past Steve Lavin for 5th most in school history.
Well, what's interesting, JB, and you and I have known Mick for a while, going back to the Pac-12, and you know, talking to him before the season, I've never heard that, hey, we're going to be a great three-point shooting team. I think that's just kind of organically manifested itself. But again, I mentioned it in our open, Donovan Dent is so good at reading the defense and making the appropriate play. The guys just get easier looks, especially from behind the line.
Who's your guess for the first 2-point shot of the night, Don? There's still time to get
Nobody.
Ward, nice find. There it is, a layup for Peter Bondel.
There's that. They get stops. They're going to push the pace. Coach DeGeorge was telling us about the analytics behind early clock versus late clock, so they want to get it down the court and make something happen quickly early in the clock versus the last 10 seconds of the clock where percentages go way down.
They're 5-7, already have a league win in their pocket, also have a win over Utah. Clark with 8 to shoot, rocks the dribble, rising, 4-3. Bilodeau tracks down an extra possession.
Every time Clark shoots it now, you just assume it's going in.
How much credit do you give Dent for looks like these and the three-point percentage?
A lot. And look, he is a true point guard. And I don't want to say, at New Mexico, he wasn't really a pass-first guy. Doesn't make him selfish, but he needed to score for New Mexico to win. He has become more of a pass-first guy here. Try and get their own first. So then the pass is late. Donovan Dent is setting the play up to make the pass, not to get his own shot first.
So we live in an era where the below-the-break three is the most valuable shot in basketball, right? How about the fact that Clark is shooting 52% overall, 56% from above the break? As quickly into the game, Brandon Williams misses.
Another example right there. His penetration led to a wide-open three, just didn't get it to go down.
Corner triple, Kieran Elliott, a Lubbock, Texas native and a junior.
Well, these UCLA players better understand that this is what they do, and you better get back, you better get attached, because they're going to make them if you let them get down the court and get set early for those open threes.
Dent gets it back from Bilodeau. Across to Clark, using his shot fake. The first 2-point field goal attempt of the night for UCLA at Sky Clark.
Well, when you're shooting over 50% from three, you're going to get closed out on. So now how do you attack closeouts? And that time, Clark, instead of rushing the three, pulled it down, got to the pull-up game.
Here's Hamad Moussa, the top scorer in the Big West. And now Austin Good with 12 to shoot. Dent staying in front of Bondel. Short clock situation. UCLA defending without fouling. A contested three from Moussa. And an offensive rebound, Elliott. Walking into a three. Bondel. They are not shy.
Off window. I'm telling you, they're going to get confident. The more these threes continue to go in, the more they think they can win in here. And UCLA and their players got to understand that.
Skip to the corner. Extra pass to the hot hand Clark. Good action, no triple for UCLA.
And now transition defense. Off the miss, can you get back and get out to shooters? Because that's the thing. Once you start making threes, if you're Cal Poly, now defenders start closing out and staying more attached. That opens up the driving lanes.
Oh, it is an ultra green light for all 5 Mustangs on the floor. Clark gets us restarted. And Dent at the wing. Midway point of the shot clock, UCLA in the half court. I like the minutes that Brandon Williams has given Mick Cronin lately.
Oh, the jack of all trades kind of guy. Does a lot of things well defensively. And sure enough, first possession, they go right into Bilodeau. But Cal Poly's defense converges on him, and he traveled. But I still think you play through Bilodeau tonight. If they're going to make him a passer, that's fine. But you got to force them to guard him.
Guzman Vasilic off the bench. The international flavor. He's from Uruguay. 9 different countries represented on this roster. Second most in the country. UT Martin, as Don knows, has 13.
Well, we know that players and teams get jacked up to come in here and play in Poly Pavilion. Now, it doesn't always work out, but if you can get off to a good start which Cal Poly has, you can make it a game. And so far, Cal Poly has gotten off to a real good start.
And Dent is fouled.
Whoever's guarding him is going to be standing at the free throw line, daring him to shoot it. And that really bogs down your offense. It clogs the paint. So he's got to find a way, because he shot it pretty well at New Mexico last year. He's just gotten off to a bad start and now is reluctant to shoot them.
Bondel has no reluctance.
No. I haven't seen any reluctance at all from Cal Poly from anyone up to this point.
Peter had a program record 9 made threes at Fullerton earlier this month. Our Browns in for Mick Cronin. This is Clark from the wing.
No switch that time from Cal Poly.
Oh, that was nasty. Back between his legs to the three-point line.
Well, this is the thing about Clark, which it surprised me a little bit, is last year was a lot more catch and shoot from him. I don't have the numbers to back this up, but it seems clean looks for Cal Poly and they got off to a good start making threes, and there you go.
See if they can get Hamad Moussa started. The top scorer in the Big West, the sophomore from Qatar.
Still a 1-point game, and we're at the under 8 timeout.
And Dent missing. 1 and done for the Bruins. Caden Ward brings it the other way.
UCLA is doing a better job of getting back and getting matched up and walling off on the defensive end. They were getting early clock transition threes, Cal Poly, to start the game.
Elliott from the corner gets the road roll.
You know it's coming, and I'm sure bit of a quick turnaround. They played Arizona State Wednesday. It's Friday, so not a lot of time to prepare, but this is what they do, and they're doing it so far, Cal Poly.
Bilodeau, the elbow fall away, goes begging, pulled down by Ward on the defensive glass. Bondel exploring off the dribble, able to keep it. They flip it over to Luka Tarlach, a former Utah running youth. A foul 3-point shooter, but they just don't have a sense of the moment, especially in some late clock situations in that loss.
Well, and I've always said this, I'm sure you're sick of hearing it, JB. We've done so many games together, but like, you're not going to block it. Like, why would you get close enough to where you could foul him if you know the only way you're going to block it, you're going to foul him? So just close out on balance, under control, and then get him to miss. But the idea that you're going to get all the way out there and get a piece of that shot, you're going to foul him. And Trent Perry's done it twice tonight.
Moussa at the line's an interesting story. He scored a total of 26 points in 20 games at Dayton last season. He's averaging 20 for Cal Poly.
Leading the Big West in scoring so far.
A 9-0 rip for the visitors. A missed front end from Dents. 3 fouls on Vasilic for Cal Poly could be something to monitor here.
Dents percentages are just not what we expected, especially at the foul line. And, I haven't talked to him about it because you don't talk to players about shooting, especially if they're struggling. But a sure sign that a player is putting pressure on themselves to perform is when you're a good foul shooter and all of a sudden you're not making free throws. It's one thing from 2 and 3 where there's defense involved and you're on the move and what type of shots are you getting, but free throws are free throws.
Haven't talked a lot about Eric Daly Jr. yet tonight, have we? Might be time.
Struggled in the Arizona State game as well, but he's a valuable piece of what UCLA does offensively. Does a little bit of everything, Daly. Can put it on the ground, likes the mid-range game, likes the mid-post area, backing guys down. Emerging three-point shooter, 39% this year.
Tough angle there. Clark's feed intercepted. Good leads the counter. And here's Ward with Bilodeau defending. Cut off on the block. Keeps that pivot foot. Well defended by the Bruins. Brown on the breakthrough. Daly trailing. Dents missed it all.
But again, what I said earlier, JB, I like that he shot it.
Transition bucket for Elliott. Timeout.
Good at drawing fouls because of his change of speed, his burst getting by that initial defender that I've been talking about all night. So you're going to get fouled. But now are you reluctant to really attack defenders because you're not confident at the free throw line?
Well, that may be the antidote, right? Get it to Bilodeau, who loves the foul line. See if you can leverage some of your size on the interior. Cal Poly turns it over again.
I think it's hard to double from behind when you post up in the middle of the paint in front of the rim. When you're on one side of the key or the other, you can bring that defender from the bottom across the lane.
He's got a 6'4" sophomore defending him now, man-to-man. As Clark. Luka Tarlac spins out of his drive. A pass to the corner, tees up a triple. Right in front of the UCLA bench, Peter Bondel strikes again.
This is impressive to watch. Just the ball movement of Cal Poly. Their willingness to put it on the deck to try and get in the teeth and then spray it out, not looking for any pull-ups, looking for paint touches and then kickouts.
Daly turned it over, now digging in against Moussa defensively. Only the midway point of the shot clock here as the Big West leading scorer goes to work on Bilodeau.
Well, they're going small, Cal Poly. So Bilodeau's only matchup is Moussa, and you see him, he dragged him out, wanted the ISO game, got all the way to the backboard.
Dent off the crossover. There's a determined take from Donovan Dent.
I like the aggressiveness, and we keep saying, like, maybe that's the one that gets him going, maybe that's the one, and it just hasn't materialized yet. I think it will at some point. You never know. Could be one shot, could be one half, one game. But we wouldn't be talking about it, JB, if we didn't know it was there, right?
Sure.
Like, you know he's a better shooter at the line, free throw line.
Tarlac turns it over. Now gets Daly on the run.
I think it was 2015, but I do not remember it.
UCLA fans would like to forget the 2012 version.
Yes.
They were stunned 70-68 here at Pauley Pavilion.
Up 18 and lost that game. The great equalizer, the three-point ball.
Bilodeau battling for position. Bruins can't find him yet. Brown sends it over to Clark, 12 to shoot. Attacks off the bounce. Long take, Sky Clark.
He is just right decisions, playing with force because he's confident. Man, is he playing well.
Clark's got 15 of the 36 for UCLA and gives it right back to UCLA.
Just smart basketball. Sky Clark's been around forever here in college basketball and just He knows now because of what he's put on film from behind the three-point line. The guys are coming after him, so now he's putting it on the deck, getting to the rim.
He scored 18 and a good night and a win against ASU. He's got 15 already in this half. Can tie that number, but misses on the hoist. Daly a second chance off. Planted with you, Don. Brown gets a deflection. 22 left on the timer. True to form, he has been a nice glue piece.
He really
nice
has.
Reserve for Mick Cronin in his first season.
Understands his role. Tough kid, rebounds it. Another guy shooting 41% from three.
My bad. Players nationally averaging at least 20 points per game while playing fewer than 30 minutes per game.
44 from three, 83 at the line. On pretty good volume.
Down 2 with less than 2 to play. Dent turns the corner. Clark turns it down. Extra pass. There it is. The best sequence of the night for the Bruins.
No doubt. The extra pass from Dent. If he had shot that, nobody would have said anything, but makes an easier one for Bilodeau.
Driving hard. And one opportunity.
If you're going to foul him, you might as well grab his arm and not let him get it up there on the glass.
Clark lines up a 3. This one hits back iron after a quick start. He's lost the distance. Ward dared to launch, comes up short. Loose ball rebound goes back to Cal Poly.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what changes are made coming out at halftime for UCLA, but you got to give Mike DeGeorge and his staff a ton of credit for coming in here, playing how they play, got off to a good start. Here they are with a minute to go in the half. Got a 3-point lead.
Moussa with a dozen, able to get it to Ward. Osram to join the action as Bilodeau pulls it down. 1 minute to go. UCLA on the move, down 3. Dent crossing over in transition. Takes the contact and converts. And he caps it at the line. To your previous point, how important is that to seek out the chest of the defender, to cash it in at the line?
The more it goes in, the more you give yourself a chance to get out of whatever rut he's been in shooting the ball this year.
Moussa missing from the 405. Dent overcooked it on the dish to Daly.
Those passes, when you're that close, have to have some touch on them. Just a little too hard. I thought Dent was going to keep it himself and try and score again. Probably should have.
Bundle with the basketball, calling for that high screen. It's been interesting when we talked about their tempo to see it in person. A lot of times up-tempo teams generate it from their defensive end. This is all offensive style. Ward rinses it with the right hand. They're back on the high side.
What I said right off the bat, the more you let a team hang around, the more confident they get. Cal Poly now fully thinks that they can win this game.
This feels like a 40-minute affair.
Oh,
if not
no doubt.
Tonight. Dent in the closing seconds. Behind the back. In the lane. No whistle. Still time if he can get it up. And they go to the halftime locker room. Game here in a span of 27 days.
Yeah, and it's a good thing UCLA already has 2 wins under their belt in conference play from the early December games.
Hamad Moussa with the basketball, asking for a high screen from Osram. 10 to shoot. Digging in defensively, Eric Daly Jr. makes an early stand.
I just wondered if an
early bucket for the Bruins.
And more of that would help too. Establish him. And then again, I mentioned it in the first half, if they come with doubles and triples, he's got to have the presence to kick it out to open guys.
Austin good off the mark and a rebounding foul. It looked like Bilodeau with a shove in the back.
Well, good action on that last possession. Screen roll game. Improve the angle by getting it to the other side. Bilodeau, easy deuce.
He's got 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 fouls. Their Cal Poly program.
That's working tonight, I'll tell you that.
Dent's 1 minute in. The crossover, the feed, and Brown the beneficiary.
Again, his ability to get by the guy that's guarding him, it just breaks down the opposition.
Ward stumbling, well defended by Clark there. And a Bilodeau screen. Dent off the bounce. Here's Clark. Bilodeau gathers, immediately double.
Yep,
extra pass, Clark from the slot, buries the three.
What I'm saying, they're going to come with the double. The coaches told us from Cal Poly they double the post, so Bilodeau understands it, gets it out. One more to Clark. He knocks it in.
His fourth make from distance tonight. He's got 18 points in back-to-back games. Ward gets a clean look. An empty trip for the visitors. The hit ahead Daly. Cruising in transition and able to cash it in.
Good run out by Daly. Good throw ahead by Clark. Easy finish for Daly. Just like that, UCLA up 5.
That matches their largest lead from the first half. Peter Bondel with the basketball on the high screen. Ward hits the brakes. Pivots in the paint. Cal Poly misses a couple of twos. Now a scramble for it. Bilodeau comes out of the pot. Dent waiting for reinforcements. Bilodeau trying to work it at both ends. Scrapping his Clark. Gets to the second side and scores.
Bilodeau made that shot harder than it needed to be. Missed it, but Clark right there to clean it up.
So his third 20-point game. Dent looking for more. He whistles a pass to the corner. Clark with behind the back. Back in the hands of Dent. Still plenty of time on the clock. They get it deep in the lane, and Bilodeau earns 2 fouls.
9. They're either going to continue to push it or Cal Poly's going to make a few threes and get it stabilized here early in the second half.
Right now they're in an 11-0 drought. Can Bondel bring them back? There's just the moment UCLA tips it in the Bruins' favor. Bondel's got nowhere to go. Bilodeau's there as the second defender. Tarlash. It's a low percentage three. UCLA gets another stop. Clark behind the back. Crossing over. Everything but the highlight for Sky Clark.
Got too deep, didn't find his target.
The hustle, deflection. Daly crushes it with the left hand.
Mike DeGeorge has already used one timeout here early in the second half. Does he use another?
Bondel throws down to the block. A rare short clock situation for Cal Poly. What kind of look can they get? Moussa denied again. Brown goes to get the board.
Moussa puts a lot of air under that ball, doesn't he? That thing goes way up in the air. But again, almost 44% from three, so no one's going to tell him to change it.
Dent playing off 2 feet, spots Daly. Not this time. Tip rebound, Moussa vacuums it up. Bilodeau on the hedge. Rotate to the corner. Bondel, step back three. Still nothing doing in this second half for the visitors. Brown's on the run.
Why do you hesitate?
Squeezed it up and in.
Cal Poly was going to let him go, and he got to a 2-foot jump stop with the ball fake, but still able to get it in. Could have made it easier on himself by just going straight up with it.
15 in a row for the UCLA Bruins. Making life miserable in this second half for Bondel with the basketball. Ward snaps the spell.
Not an easy shot. Again, off the dribble, contested. Just what Cal Poly needed.
Cronin orchestrating with Sky Clark, getting all the way home with the right hand.
Getting by the...
Bondel missing the second.
Well, you figured it was only a matter of time. We've watched Mick Cronin and his teams over the years, and if they have had a bad half defensively, it usually doesn't carry throughout the whole game, and I think we're seeing that again here tonight. Much better defensively, attention to detail to the defensive game plan.
Brandon Williams spelling Bilodeau. He surveys. Dent with 5 to shoot. A bucket waiting. Now UCLA generating 16 paint points since the half. Back to the three-point line, back to Clark. And it goes over to Cal Poly.
I would run a baseline out of bounds to get Sky Clark a 3 as well.
Every time.
Every time. The way he's shooting it this year.
Vasilic had his first half disrupted by 3 personal fouls. This is Luka Tarlac. Used to go to work in Salt Lake City. Now in Cal Poly with the Mustangs.
Good back cut that time by Ward. I think that's what they're going to have to do. UCLA now is guarding the three-point line much better, so you're going to have to manufacture some points maybe inside the three-point line.
Dents comes free late. What a subtle screen by Brandon Williams there to spring it.
I was just going to say that. Sometimes that gets called as a moving screen. With Dent getting to the paint way too often in the second half.
Markic just got hammered on the screen, Don. Mark that one down. I know you look for those things.
It's the first time I've seen it this year.
But now with the lead, UCLA can play more to its pace, right? The deliberate style that they wanted this game to be.
You would think.
Clark whirling to the baseline side. Left it on the iron, pulled down by Caden Ward.
If UCLA can't exhale now, you've done a great job here to start the second half. Got in a free throw. Right on cue, he missed that one.
Did build it back to double digits. Caden Ward downhill on Brown and got past Bilodeau as well.
It is interesting, right? They are getting more in the paint now, not as reliant on the three-point shot. UCLA's kind of taken that away here in the second half.
UCLA spins home a 3 with Jamar Brown. Vasilic. Ooh, that looked vertical.
Did earlier, JB, just not able to deliver the knockout punch, UCLA. Feels like they're going to. Cal Poly makes a couple plays. We're back under 10 again.
Bruins will keep it nearing the 11-minute mark. Bilodeau and Daly in the front court. Perry, Dent, and Brown the guards. Perry baseline, able to spot Daly. 2 defenders there. Good pass. Bilodeau cashes off the window.
Good poise by Daly. I thought he was going to try and force that up. Waited for the second defender to come and found Bilodeau.
Who are these Mustangs? I hardly recognize them.
Right?
It's a layup show.
Good coaching, though. Look, if they're going to get out to our three-point shooters and contest, and we're not making them, we got to find a different way to score than they have.
Dent, 2-man game. Bilodeau trying to roll.
Freshman to sophomore made a jump. Sophomore to junior. Then last year to this year, he's made another jump. Some guys just become who they are and stay the same. Some guys get better. He's gotten better every year.
Dent one-on-one, looking for the pick 6. No whistle. Dick Cronin's losing it.
I think he assumed he was getting the foul.
Instead of technical. Part of Nick's monologue over there, but if the foul on Brown in transition at the other end just a moment ago was called, then that is
exactly right. Exactly right.
Midway point of the second half. See if the Bruins can withstand it or if that's the spark that Cal Poly needs.
As a player, all you want is it to be consistent, so you know how to play.
Wow, Bondle bottoms with a kiss to the crowd here at Poly.
There we go, back down to 6. If you're UCLA, you cannot let Cal Poly get started again from behind the three-point line.
And they're switching everything. Dent looked like he had a mismatch. Gets it back with 15. Driving kick to the corner. Brown with some get back.
Well, quick trigger, too. No set, just catch and go. It's his second one of this half.
Daly does well to stay in front of Moussa. Now screening for Peter Bondle. Dent took an elbow. The official caught it.
Especially if you can win some road games in the Big Ten.
Absolutely. UCLA is going to start the new calendar.
Yeah, they're going to
on the road. 4 or 5, we said, right?
Mm-hmm.
A deflection, and now the steal. Dent with numbers, puts it up. Brown able to finish.
Good body control by Brown. I didn't think he was going to be able to convert that. Somehow was able to.
Cal Poly dispossessed. 20 minutes per contest. Really nice roll piece. Time to shorten the game.
Up 13, 6:20 to go. I don't think it's time to shorten it, but you're certainly not in a rush. Continues to put him on the line. Well, now it's 15 with basically 6 minutes to go. So maybe to your point earlier, JB, it might be time there were some threes that are necessary.
Now, Tarlack's the one that they're probably willing to leave there and make him earn it. He comes up empty. Dent flings it out to Clark. Bilodeau for 3.
Is that his first 3 tonight? Second 3. How efficient has he been, JB? I mean, I know we started the show talking about the 50, 40, 90, but same deal again tonight.
Clark, yes sir. Bilodeau and Clark back to back, and for Sky, it's a season high.
Check on Bilodeau. Got up hobbling a little bit.
Moussa, no. Brown has hands on the board. Bilodeau secures. Dent with the foot on the accelerator. It's Daly's turn. Couldn't deliver the knockout shot.
21. Now I think you can think about shortening the game. Gets into Big West play. Teams having to prepare maybe on short notice, kind of like UCLA tonight, and they weren't picked to finish real high in the Big West. But I guarantee you, they're going to get hot and beat some people.
They're 7th in that preseason poll. Irvine, Santa Barbara, Hawaii, the favorites. Bruins filling it up. Trent Perry gives them a lift. Bondel, back pass to the corner. Osron, he's been off.
I think Daly got a piece of that.
$27 points for Sky Clark. Step back 3. Ripcord.
You want any example of how much confidence that guy's playing with right now? Just watch that shot.
Vasilic, splash. Cal Poly, one of the 3 most up-tempo teams in college basketball. UCLA ranked outside the 300 in that regard. And in this second half, the game has been played more to their style. Moussa on the move.
Well, that's usually what we see is UCLA will get a lead and then just grind teams down with their defense and their execution in the half court. Took a little while tonight, but finally broke through and built this lead.
Maybe for one more stoppage, next whistle, as Dent draws the defense out. He's got Ward in front of him. No one's been able to stop Dent tonight. Distributes to Perry with a free throw to follow.